Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're joining me today because today's recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you is how to make your own homemade roast beef lunch meat. I've been craving a sandwich wrap, lettuce wrap, whatever you want to call it, however you want to do it, a sandwich. If you didn't know already, I am 25 weeks pregnant, almost 26, so I'm trying to avoid traditional lunch meat. So not only is it awesome that I'm going to share this with you today because I get to satisfy my craving, you guys get an awesome recipe, we all win. The best part about making this, not only is homemade obviously better, but it's so much cheaper, over 50% cheaper. And if you were to go to the deli line, take your ticket, stand in line, and wait for them to slice up your roast beef. At Wegmans, I priced it out. Roast beef from Wegmans, $10.99 a pound. Crazy, right? Really amazing and good, but you can make it at home and you can save yourself, like I said, about 50% of the cost. My roast beef that I made today, $5.29 a pound. I know. Awesome. Who doesn't like to save some money, especially this time of the year after the holidays and everything, and you want to get back on track with, maybe you want to get back on track with low carb, you want to save some money. I cover all the bases for you guys. So come and join me. I actually started this process yesterday and I'll show you exactly how I did it. It's so easy, which is the name of my game, as you guys know. So come along, join me. Let's make this beautiful plate of roast beef. All right, starting off with the meat. I'm using a top round roast. You could also use a bottom round. This I picked up at Wegmans. It's almost 2.5 pounds. It's 2.37. Another fun thing I'm using today is a new roasting pan that Jay got from my mom for Christmas. Super excited. And also, to be a little more high tech, we're using the iGrill just to determine the temperature. But you can definitely just use a regular standard meat thermometer. So the first thing you want to do is take the meat out of the package. I removed the rubber band that came around it because it's not necessary. And all you're going to do is rinse this with some cool water. You also want to make sure that the meat is at room temperature. This is very important. You don't want to put ice cold meat from the fridge into the oven. It won't cook evenly. Then you're just going to take it, and I like to use a bunch of paper towels on a plate and just pat the whole thing dry. Spin it around and pat the other side as well. Onto the spice rub. You can use anything you want. I'm using salt and pepper, thyme leaves, granulated garlic, and granulated onion today. The perfect combo, in my opinion. All you want to do is take these spices, mix them together well, and then you want to just put them all over the top of the meat and then also the bottom. You want to rub it in just like I'm doing, and then you also want to pat it down so that the seasoning really sticks into the surface of the meat. Flip it over, do the same exact thing. Rub and pat down. Get every surface area piece of this meat covered in the seasoning. This is what's gonna kind of create a nice flavorful outside. It's not gonna really develop a crust because it's cooking at a low and slow heat, but this is really what's gonna flavor the meat well. You're gonna wanna place it into your roasting pan. If you're not using a roasting pan, you can literally just do a foil-lined baking sheet. That will work perfectly fine. And today I'm using that iGrill. This is the temperature probe. So you wanna put that in. If you have something like this, put it into the middle of the meat as best you can to get to the very center. So I'm just gonna stick mine in there, and then we're gonna know exactly what temperature the meat is the entire time that it's cooking. This is actually a really cool item if you're looking for some gadget to get a cooking friend of yours. This is definitely highly recommended by me and Jay. We love it. It just plugs in, that's a little magnet, plugs into the iGrill, and then the digital thermometer will immediately read what the meat temperature is. So you're gonna put that into a 225-degree oven until it reaches your desired temperature. I wanted to cook mine medium, so I did it to 135 degrees, and that is what you're looking at. Perfect. So now you're gonna let this meat rest. I like to let it rest for at least 20 to 30 minutes until it becomes room temperature, and then I'm actually gonna put mine in the fridge, so I wrapped it up in parchment paper and then in some plastic wrap. I let this meat sit in the fridge overnight so it was nice and chilled, and when you're ready to cut it, you want to slice it against the grain. You can use a meat slicer, you can use a nice serrated knife. I'm actually going to cut mine in half just so you what it looks like, and then we're going to go over to my meat slicer. Jay is the one handling the slicer this time, guys, not me. I'm the one behind the camera this time. I do not trust myself with blades like this. Jay is super careful and he definitely knows how to use it. I like to slice the meat super, super thin, or have Jay slice it super thin, I should say. It just makes for the best sandwiches, wraps, lettuce wraps. Oh my gosh, it's just perfect. When it's nice and chipped like that, it's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. You could definitely do it thicker if you wanted to have it with gravy or like an au jus sauce. And the best thing about the slicer is you can determine the thickness. But obviously if you're using a knife, you can determine the thickness as well. And it's perfect either way. Look how glorious this meat looks. How simple was that, guys? Awesome, right? Now you can go to your store, get a nice cheap piece of meat, make yourself some roast beef, make some low carb wraps, sandwiches, lettuce wraps. Surprise your family and friends. I made this. It's literally better, I think, because it just tastes homemade and you don't know exactly what went into it. There's no preservatives. This will last up to 5 days in your fridge, if it even lasts that long, which it probably won't, I know, in the Hart house. But definitely go and make this. I'm gonna take a little thin piece here and taste it for you guys. I did sneak a piece. I'm not gonna lie, I did. Guys, it's bomb. It's so good. It's the best lunch meat you've ever had. Kick it up 10 notches. It's on this platter. I'm telling you, you have to try this recipe. I'm gonna take another piece actually. Oh, it's so good. I like when Jay slices it really, really thin. You could do this also with a serrated knife and just slice it really thin. Just take your time, against the grain, of course. You don't know what this means to me. As you guys, if you guys couldn't see already, you don't know what this means to me to have this lunch meat in the fridge, and I know that I made it homemade. It's just the best. So I hope you guys like this video. If you try this recipe, if you use different spice rubs, or you know, if you figure out something that tastes delicious, please leave it in the comments down below. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much again for all your well wishes with me and Baby Heart. I love you guys. You know, this channel is just awesome. You guys bring so much positivity to my life and I really, really appreciate it. So again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new and you want low carb recipes, diet tips, and tricks, definitely hit that little red subscribe button down below as well. So try this recipe, make it today. I'm gonna go make lunch. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.